Hello, I'm Amanda Jones, and in this video, I'm going to do a problem with all four of our addition algorithms. If you want to see a little bit more detail into these algorithms, an example of a problem with a little bit more regrouping than this problem, then check out my first video on our addition algorithms. Okay, so we're going to do this problem right here. It's going to require a little less regrouping than our first example in that other video. And I'm going to do it with all four algorithms. I'm going to try to fit them all on the board so we can look at them all together. Okay, so let's start with partial sums, which is kind of the most basic of algorithms. We stack them. And we take partial sums of each place value. So I focus on the 6 plus 8, which is 14, and I put the 1 in the tens place and the 4 in the ones place, just making sure to keep everything really lined up. Graph paper might be helpful for young students, a big graph paper who are trying to do this method, okay, or even you. And then focusing on the tens place and thinking of it as tens, which is what I really like about this method. This is not 2 plus 6, this is 20 plus 60, which is 80. So I'll put an 8 in the tens place and a 0 in the ones place. And then moving to my hundreds place, 400 plus 100 is 500. And then we add these all together. 4 in the ones place, 8 plus 1, that would be the one that would be carried in a standard, so 9, and then 5. 594 is our answer. Okay, let's look at that in the standard algorithm. Okay, in our standard, we carry a 1 instead of having 3 numbers in the at the middle step here. So we kind of do 2 steps in one, 2 steps in one. So a little bit more efficient, but maybe not as understandable to students first learning how to add. Okay, so let's do this. 8 plus 6 is 14, and so we carry the 1 up here and putting it in that tens place because it is a 10. And then we have our 4 ones right here. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 6 is 9. And then 4 plus 1 is 5, and there's that 594 again. Okay, a little bit more efficient, but once again, it can seem a little bit abstract to a student who's first learning to add. So that's why I really like to start here. Okay, we're going to look at lattice. Put it right here. All right, I should have given myself a little bit more space. I think I can squeeze it in. Okay, so it's set up with boxes under each place value, and you can even close those boxes off if you like to see that a little bit better. Okay, and you're putting the first digit when you add up here, and then the second digit down here. If you have just one digit, which we will here, we'll put a 0 in the top and down at the bottom, which is what I think it can be a little bit confusing about this one. So 8 plus 6 is 14, a 1 right here, 4 right here. This is that one. This is this one. It is this one that kind of gets moved over to the next place value. Okay, 2 plus 6 is 8, so we'll put a 0 up here because we didn't have any hundreds there. It stayed in the tens because there was no regrouping needed. So if we had our rods from manipulatives, we would add our 2 rods and our 8 rods, and 2 rods and our 6 rods, and we would have 8, and there would be no regrouping necessary because that wouldn't be enough to make a flat. So we have 0 flats or 0 hundreds, and we have our 8 left over. Our 8 rods. And then 4 plus 1, 400 plus 100, we have 500. We don't move into the thousands place value. We're going to have a 0 right here, 5, okay? And then we add on the diagonal. So nothing to add to the 4 here. We have 4 ones. There's that 1 once again that became the 1 right here and the 1 right here that got regrouped and moved over to the next place value. It's same here. We've moved it over. There's the 9 and then the 5. All right, and finally our column. Okay, set it up when we want columns in our place values. And so we just start adding, and we're not going to do any regrouping. We're just going to put that number, whatever it equals, in that column. So 8 plus 6 is the 14. We just go ahead and do that. Feels so wrong. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 4 plus 1 is 5. We, of course, cannot leave it like this. We do need to do some regrouping. We just are doing it at the end. We're going to move that 1 over here. So nothing to move here. We just have a problem right here when we have the 2 digits in that place value. We'll move that 1 over here. It's a 10. So now we have 1 additional 10. This will become a 9. This will be a 4. And we still have 5 right here. Okay? So one less step in that column. All right, here's our 4 methods, and thank you for watching.